everybody, and you're welcome to our virtual end of season awards presentation. We live in strange and difficult times. Who would have thought that 6 months ago the game would change so much? By the middle of March, virtual shutdown of all sports and social activities. So we've had to cancel everything. Our end of season functions such as our awards night, which we normally hold indoor and have a good social night, our President's Dinner and our AGM all have to be postponed. Now at least there's light coming at the end of the tunnel, and we're now getting ready for a return to play and return to Clubhouse to try and meet the COVID-19 protocols. Because of the time pressure, we have to hold this awards night ceremony online because it's going to clash with other things we have coming up. The President's Dinner is postponed until later in the year, and the AGM has now been set for Friday the 24th of July at 8 p.m. And I'd encourage everybody who can to come and attend that, because we're going to have a lot of stuff to discuss, particularly to do with protocols for back to play and clubhouse activities due to COVID-19. And it's important that every member of the club gets involved, because it's going to affect every one of us, both inside the club and outside of the club, for the foreseeable future, definitely for the coming season. So anyway, back to our awards night. Our congratulations to all the recipients. They've done us proud during the year, and I congratulate their coaches and their parents for bringing our young people to this level of the game. And I look forward to them going on to greater things in time to come and representing our club at a higher level. And Cahal and his team are now going to take over, and they're going to go through the virtual presentation award ceremony to each sector. So I will now hand over to Cahal, and I'll speak to you all again later. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael. I'll keep this brief. I'd like to start by thanking our players, our coaches and our parents for their hard work and commitment over the past season. A massive thank you also to our club sponsors. Your generosity and support over the last number of years is greatly appreciated. To our past and present players representing our club so well at regional, provincial and even national level, we would like to say we are very proud of you, and we wish you nothing but success in your future endeavours. To our current bunch of players that have been selected for representative duties, we would like to say congratulations. We are here to support you in any way possible. We may be a small club, but we have a strong tradition of producing very talented players, a tradition we hope to continue. Now on that point, I'll now pass you on to a couple of those very talented players. Thank you very much.
Delahunt here. I just want to congratulate everyone that's part of Birr Rugby Club on a great season. Let's hope next season finishes a little bit better. I hope everyone's keeping safe and keeping well. Thank you.
How's it going, lads? Just want to say a massive congratulations to everyone who won an award tonight. Massive recognition for the hard work that went in throughout the year. And just want to wish you the very best of luck for the year coming, and I could imagine you're like myself and itching to go, and best of luck to everyone. Cheers, lads.
Tonight's first presentation for Birr Rugby Club Under-13's Players Player of the Year. This player deserves the award because his fitness is great. He always gives 100%, great power when he's running, always gives us an option from the back of the scrum, always shows up to training, gives us his best. I'd like to present this award to Jan Plach.
So, thanks for the award, and I'd like to thank all the coaches that helped me train this year.
Our second award for tonight is Coach's Player of the Year. The coaches chose this player because of his willingness to work, his leadership, always giving 100%, 110%, finishing every drill, never letting up, and on the field always carrying the ball hard and making the hard yards. I'd like to present this award to Jack Marshall.
Thank you for the award. I'd like to thank all the coaches and all the players who helped me through the season and helped me develop as a player. And thank you very much for the award.
This is Birr Under-14's awards. This is the Players' Choice Award for Player of the Year. This player has been a serious player throughout the year. He's made serious try scoring opportunities, unbelievable tackler, at the back of the scrum, picking and going. I'm sure you all know who he is now at this stage. I'd like to present this award to Matthew Costello.
Thanks very much.
Our second award of the night is the Coach's Award. We chose this player due to his attitude towards the game throughout the year. I don't think he was ever late to training once throughout the year. He made every training. A lot of times he was there at training before I was. He got to sort the boys out when lads were starting to mess, and that he'd sort them out, help me make my job easier. And I'd like to present this award to Adam O'Rourke.
Thanks very much.
This year I had the pleasure of coaching Birr under 16 girls rugby team. We, I suppose, always had an issue with a number of girls that we had for this age group, so we opened it up this year to some of our under 14 girls. So it's the first time that we had under 14 girls participating with us. Again, numbers being low, we eventually combined both teams together, that the under 14s and the under 16s would come together and play in Division 3, which is a development league, and we did very well. We lost one game for the length of the season that we were playing, managed to scrape up enough players each week, and without the under 14, the younger girls coming along, the under 16 girls wouldn't have got that bit of extra experience. So this year we've decided, even though we didn't have an official under 14 team, we had a number of under 14 players, and we decided that Sarah Tierney will be the winner of the under 14 player of the year. For a young, small girl coming in to play against some of the bigger girls that we played against, she showed tremendous style, poise, balance, an eye for a try, very fast up and down the wing all the time. The only person nearly better running in tries was her dad, running and supporting her on the sideline. So I'd like to congratulate Sarah Tierney on being the under 14 player of the year.
I'd like to thank all the coaches and especially all the girls on the team, because it means a lot coming from you.
Our under 16 team, each year we have a vote from the players for a player's player of the year. That will be a girl who her teammates feel has contributed excellently throughout the season, both in training, in matches, on and off the field, and try scoring performances also help. This year our recipient was selected by the players, was one of our forward players. It's her final year at under 16. She played a couple of under 18 matches as well, and she richly deserves the award from her own peers, and that's Meg Delaney.
Thanks a million to Frank and all the girls for hard work.
Our final under 16 award this year is for Coach's Player of the Season. This is an award chosen by myself and the other coaches for our under 16 girl who we felt gave, I suppose, above and beyond for the last season. Our recipient has been playing with us since minis. She has, I suppose, soldiered on through thick and thin, good numbers, good games, bad games. She's a hooker by trade, getting better every season. This year in particular, her final year under 16, I have used her, or as she has been, my second in command. She has been in charge of the dressing room at matches, home and away. She has collected the jerseys. She has told the girls where to do, what to do. She's ran the warm-up before matches and has been an excellent participant all year. I'd like to congratulate Charlene Powell on this award.
I'd like to say thank you to Frank, Alan, Eamon and Fiona for all the long evenings of training and through rain and everything. But I'd also like to thank the under 16 girls and all the under 18 girls. It has been a pleasure training with you and the matches have been amazing. Thank you.
Hello, so my name is Dennis and I was the head coach for the under 16s Birr Rugby team last year. Today we will be awarding 2 awards to 2 players who really deserve it. The first award is our Players Player of the Year. I believe this player really deserved it. He's done amazingly throughout the year, both club and representing the club other levels as well. He's putting a lot of effort coming into training sometimes, majority of the time though, When it came to matches, he was always given 110%, and I believe that the players really noticed that, and the coaches that were involved also. So the recipient is Darragh Guinan.
Thanks very much, Dennis. I'd like to thank you for training us all during the year. I'd like to thank the players for coming to every training and putting all the hard work in. Thanks very much.
So our next award is for our Coach's Choice. This player has put in a lot of effort coming down to training and definitely in matches as well. He's one of our younger players as well, who has stuck at it throughout the years, and he was also nominated by a lot of the players, so his hard work throughout the year has been noticed by everyone, and our recipient is Patrick Dooley.
I'd like to thank Dennis and all the boys for coming out to train over the year and all the effort put in.
Our first award for the Under-17s Rebels is the Player's Choice. This award is selected by the players themselves and given to the player that they feel deserves recognition for their contribution throughout the year. A popular boy with both players and coaches alike, he could be described as a man of few words. Unfortunately, due to injury back in 2018-2019, he didn't play a lot in his preferred position that season, but was quite happy to fill in and play where asked in order to help benefit his team. Injury free this season, he had the opportunity to show off the hard work and dedication he had put in over the past number of years. He had spent countless hours practicing and honing his skills at home in his own time. He is one of the finest place kickers I've seen at any level of the game. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about now, and it is my great privilege and honour to announce this year's Player's Choice, Adam Wallace.
I'd just like to thank Cahal and Tony for coaching the whole team for the last couple of years. Done a great job. Obviously not as successful as we've liked, but sure, we've done our best and played some great games throughout the years. And I'd like to thank the lads from Birr, and it's been a good few years playing with them, and we probably wouldn't have had rugby without the Birr fellas either. So it's good to play with them and have a team as well. So thanks for voting for me.
Our second award is Coach's Choice Award. This is selected by the coaches and given to a player they think deserves recognition for their efforts throughout the year. There is a variety of reasons a player might be selected. It might be a player that has shown the most improvement throughout the year. It could be a player whose commitment goes above and beyond. As I said, there's usually a variety of reasons it boils down to. This year is no different. This year's player is very committed. Going back over the years, I find it hard to recall a training session or a match that you may have missed. Having spent a few years going between first and second row, the 2018-2019 season seen this player secure his position as tight head prop. With his position secured, he seemed to grow in confidence. This helped him develop not only as a player, but as a leader. He went on to become vice captain that same season. Started the 2019-2020 season, he took on his next role as captain, a position in which he took to in his stride. He was a calm head when needed. He was an encouraging word when players' spirits were starting to dip, and he always led by example. For this reason, and many other reasons, it is my honour and privilege to present Coach's Player of the Year to Cahal Rock.
I just want to say thanks to all the coaches that helped us out the past few years. Hasn't been very successful, but he kept our heads up, he pushed us through when times got tough, and I hope there's more good things to come in the future.
Our first award for the under 18.5 girls is the Players Player of the Year. The under 18.5 girls had a very successful season, and they had qualified for the Leinster semi-finals in Division 2 before the season was brought to a halt. The recipient of this year's award is only playing rugby less than 2 years and has come a long way in that short space of time. She demonstrated from the start a deep willingness to learn and understand the technicalities of the game, and as her understanding grew, her abilities and her confidence grew also. Her fellow players choosing her for this award is an honour that she fully deserves, and is testament to the high regard that she's held in by her teammates. She's also a joy to have around, and her smile and laid-back manner are infectious to the rest of the squad. It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Players Player of the Year award to Ciara Carthy.
Thanks to all the players and coaches for a brilliant season.
This next award for the under 18 girls is the coach's choice. This award has been given to this girl because of her commitment to training and matches and the amount of effort that she put in all season. And sometimes she come out with the odd smart comment when something wasn't going right for her, be a few funny words coming out. But she well deserves this award, and it's going to Aoibhinn Bergen.
Thank you very much for everything this year.
The first award we're giving out tonight is for the Most Improved Player of the Year for 2019-20. It goes to a guy who's made massive strides in the season, played in a variety of positions and mastered them all. Put in a huge effort, travelling huge distances from across the channel and from the north to make training sessions, and his newfound love of training and physio made him stand out. Gives me great pleasure to give the award for Most Improved Player of the Year to Philip Hasley.
Thanks for the award, and best of luck in the future. Stick up.
Part of the night is the Player of the Year for 2019-20, and it goes to a guy who has led from the front, not just this season but in many seasons previous. I think he has played 12 or 13 seasons with Birr, and he's been an exceptional ambassador for Birr Rugby in all that time. He's played in a variety of positions, but mastered number 8 and his first choice on many team sheets. It's a great pleasure to give the award to Mr. Alan Guyton.
I'd like to thank Christy for selecting me for the award. I'm very happy to receive it and honoured, especially when playing with a fantastic group of players with exceptional ability. And I'd like to compliment Christy on his successful season and the work that he's done with us over the last number of years. And hopefully 2020 and 21 will be a good year again.
Thanks again, Cahal and coaches, for making this awards night such a success. And our congratulations again to all our recipients. And our special thanks goes to Peter Dooley and Shane Delahunt for turning up tonight and giving such encouragement to all our up and coming players. You guys have been a role model for them, and I hope that at some stage some of them will reach the same level of the game as you have. And again, thanks very much, lads. You're a credit to the club and you're very welcome. Now I will have to wrap up by saying good night to everybody, and stay well and look forward to the new season. Thank you very much indeed.